Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Berkeley County Board of Education meeting this Tuesday, August 22nd, 2017. I call this meeting to order. I declare a quorum is present and the media has been notified. We'll now entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Made the motion.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Mr. Barrow to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. We'll now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll now move on to Agenda Item 1D, the approval of the minutes and the executive session meetings of August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Is there a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the agendas for August 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Barrow, a second by Reverend Spann, to approve the minutes of the executive session meetings for August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 2017. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The minutes are approved. Now we'll move on to Agenda Item 1E, approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of August 8th, 2017. Is there a motion?
Madam Chairman, so moved. We approve the minute August 8th, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion by Reverend Spann, a second by Ms. Conder, to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of August 8th, 2017. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The motion passes. We'll now move on to Head Start. Agenda Item 2A. Is there a motion?
Madam Chairwoman, I make the motion to approve Head Start Budget Expenditures Report for July 2017, Head Start Credit Card Report for July 2017, Prospective New Hires, Self-Assessment Improvement Plan, Strategic Plan, and Training and Technical Assistant Plan.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Mr. Barrow, to approve the Head Start Budget Expenditure Reports for July 2017, the Head Start Credit Card Report for July 2017, the Prospective New Hires, the Self-Assessment Improvement Plan, the Strategic Plan, and Training and Technical Assistant Plan. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Head Start motion is passed. We'll now move on to Legacy Builders, the Principals and Assistant Principals of the Year, Dr. Kim McLaren.
Good evening, Dr. Ingram, Chairwoman Ms. Wofford, and members of the board. It is our great honor this evening to introduce to you Berkeley County's 2017-18 Principals and Assistant Principals of the Year. And I will ask you to please come when I start talking about you guys. I'm going to begin with our Assistant Principals of the Year. For the elementary level, we have Miss Jennifer Hurd. Jennifer Hurd joined Sedgefield Middle in 2004 and quickly became its curriculum facilitator. Jennifer became an assistant principal at Hanahan Middle in 2007 and moved to Daniel Island in 2014. Ms. Hurd is often relied upon as a go-to person for other assistant principals for curricular, textbook, and assessment matters. She is excellent at de-escalating situations and calmly helping all parties work toward the best interest of the child. Congratulations, Ms. Hurd. Our middle school assistant principal of the year is Miss Amanda Bice. Amanda Bice taught at Sedgefield Middle and Hanahan Middle before becoming curriculum specialist and interventionist at Macedonia Middle and Berkeley Elementary. As Macedonia Middle's assistant principal, Ms. Bice builds meaningful relationships with students and adults. She readily shares resources and information with her peers and always tries to find the positive in situations, even those that are undesirable. Congratulations, Ms. Bice. Our high school, remember these are selected the prior year, is what I will say. Our high school assistant principal of the year is Mr. Tim McDowell. Mr. Tim McDowell distinguished himself as the teacher of the year at both Westview Middle and Goose Creek High before becoming assistant principal at Timberland High. At Cane Bay, Tim pursues excellence as an AP and AD and expects the same from students and coworkers. He is recognized as being fair and consistent in his dealings with staff and students. He always has a positive attitude and is BCSD's biggest cheerleader and the new Cane Bay High principal.
Thank you for that.
Now, principals of the year. At the elementary level, we have Miss Amy Fulmer. Amy Fulmer taught at Devon Forest in 1997. She was an assistant principal at Whitesville and Berkeley Intermediate prior to become principal of Westview Elementary. Ms. Fulmer is committed to providing quality instruction and believes the teacher is the most essential component of a student's success. She is active in SCASA and is the president for the elementary division for 16-17. In this office, she will be instrumental in leading educational initiatives in our state, as well as supporting administrators, teachers, and students. Congratulations, Ms. Fulmer. At the middle school level, we have Mr. Anthony Dixon. Anthony Dixon came to St. Stephen Elementary as a teacher in 2004. Anthony was an assistant principal at Daniel Island and Boulder Bluff. He was a principal in Charleston and at Cainhoy Elementary Middle before opening Philip Simmons Middle this past year. Mr. Dixon is a model of responsive leadership, employing data protocols and collaboration to craft an instructional system that focuses on meeting the needs of every student. His commitment to excellence and openness to constructive conversations have built a community in which teachers feel empowered to innovate. Congratulations, Mr. Dixon. And last but not least, we have high school Mr. Rick Raycroft. Rick Raycroft taught social studies and coached prior to becoming the district social studies coordinator in 2005. Rick was an assistant principal at Hanahan High before becoming principal of Berkeley Middle in 2010. Rick has been principal of Hanahan High since 2011. Mr. Raycroft's greatest strength has always been working with people, and he has parlayed that into a school environment that prizes academic, athletic, and artistic excellence while showing warm regard for the gifts of all students. Mr. Raycroft expects greatness and nothing less from his students. Congratulations, Mr. Raycroft. Thank you.
I would like to thank all of our principals and assistant principals of the year for your leadership and your love for children, time spent in the classroom, and also time as leaders. We are so thankful for what you give to our kids every day. Thank you very much. One more round of applause. If you came just to celebrate a principal or assistant principal of the year, feel free to go home and rest, because there's lots more days of school left where we're going to expect lots from you guys. But we appreciate you being here with the board tonight. Next, we'll move on to citizen comments. In order to conduct the meeting in an orderly and efficient manner, we ask that you honor the following guidelines. Stakeholder comments are welcomed and encouraged. However, the board will not take immediate action on public comments at this meeting. Any person wishing to address the board must register prior to the meeting. Comments must be regarding programs, policies, or procedures. Comments regarding complaints against employees other than district-level executives or references to students other than the child of the speaker will not be heard in public session. Groups addressing the same topic should select one speaker. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. The board chair reserves the right to allot additional time or halt public comments that do not adhere to the guidelines. First up, the only up tonight is Mr. Willis Sanders to welcome Dr. Ingram and provide him with a token on behalf of the community. Mr. Sanders.
How many of you observed the eclipse yesterday?
I saw it rain. I saw it rain.
Some of you didn't get a chance to, okay. Madam Chairperson Walford, Dr. Ingram, board members, it is an honor and privilege to welcome Dr. Ingram to the Berkeley County School District community. As a Berkeley County School District volunteer, Berkeley Electric Co-op board member, Kennedy Center board member, Sheriff Advisory board member, I want to present to Dr. Ingram this Morris Island light, and each of you board members have a copy of it. But this is the light I want to present to you, and it has some symbols in it. First, it has the symbol of the 3 pelicans flying in the same direction to signify unity. It also has the heart at the base of the lighthouse to symbolize the love we have for the Berkeley County School District and our children. In the center of that heart is a cross that says that we have faith in our team to provide the best for our students. And of course, the light at the top of the lighthouse, with all of us working together as a team, we will turn on the lights in all the minds of our children. So on behalf of the community, Dr. Ingram, I want to present this to you and welcome you to the Berkeley County School District community and family. Welcome. Just get a picture. Oh, you want a picture? Why not? Okay. Quite welcome. In my office, okay. Quite welcome. And the board members just have a copy to go along with flying with Ms. Dr. Ingram as a unified team.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders, and it will hang prominently in my office tomorrow morning. Thank you so much.
Next up, we'll move on to academic services, the local course approval for world cultures for Cane Bay Middle School. Dr. O'Gorman.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Ingram, ladies and gentlemen. Have before you tonight an approval for World Cultures for 5th grade and World Cultures for 6th grade. This is an exploratory course that Dr. Bartlett is offering as sort of an exposure to different languages and different cultures to help educate kids before they get to high school and choose a foreign language to learn more about what those languages have to offer and how they impact culture. So think of it as an introductory to the different kinds of languages that are out there before they choose and commit to a foreign language in high school. So again, this would be an exploratory course. It would be starting this school year. And so with that, I ask you to approve the World Cultures Exploratory Course for Cane Bay Middle School starting in the 17-18 school year.
Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the World Cultures Exploratory Course for use by Cane Bay Middle School starting in the 2017-2018 school year.
Second. There's a motion by Lee, a second by Wofford. Can you give us a sample of what languages and cultures will be?
Come on, Dr. Bartlett. She's here for a reason.
Trying to read the minds of some of my other board members. Tell us more.
Primarily, we're looking at the French cultures, Hispanic cultures, those that are the most prominent in our high school programs, and also making some connections to the social studies curriculum that is in place so that kids have context for the things they're learning in U.S. history and in world history. It really is just to get them enthused about the world around them because so often their context is just local. So it's really meant to be a fun course and an enjoyable course that kind of lights some imagination and some excitement around the various cultures. So happy 5th and 6th graders.
Will it delve into the cultural and philosophical beliefs and religions of the world in terms of those particular countries?
That's really not our intent. The goal is really to create context for the surface culture, because you're talking about 9 and 10-year-olds. So we want to keep that developmentally appropriate for them. So this is really kind of an exploratory course to introduce that. Those types of topics would be reserved for students that are developmentally beyond that age.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a textbook that goes along with this?
No, ma'am. Currently, our foreign language teacher is developing this it was her idea. She came to me and presented it because she's been teaching Spanish to 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And some of those kids took it for 4 years. And after year 4, when they're finally in Spanish 1, their enthusiasm for the language has kind of waned. And they don't necessarily want to go on to Spanish 2 and do that as their language in high school, nor do we have an opportunity for those kids to explore the other languages that are available in high school because they're not available in middle. So she came and said, is this a way we could do this so we can kind of show kids what's out there as they move forward? We do have, I will say,
how will you move
thank
forward
you.
without a textbook?
We're still using the national standards for foreign language. So it is based on standards for foreign language, just not a textbook because it's not language specific.
I'd like to see a little bit more about what's going to be presented in the classroom. That's what I'd like to see.
We can provide that, the units. I can give those to Dr. O'Gorman.
Has the curriculum been adopted and is it in place?
She has 4 units written for both grade levels. So she's gotten that far with it because I wanted to see we had approval first, obviously, but she does have an outline for curriculum.
I'd like to see the outline before we move forward with the
I
approval.
can provide that to Dr. O'Gorman. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor of the local course approval for World Cultures for Cane Bay Middle School, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
5-2.
Sound like me.
The motion passes. We'll now move on to financial services.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. O'Gorman. Semi-annual procurement reports. Ms. Carlin.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Superintendent Ingram, and ladies and gentlemen of the board. You have before you, this was given to you before the actual meeting tonight, the semi-annual procurement reports, which include our sole source, emergency procurements, minority business report, the the trade-in sales, and all purchase orders over $100,000 that date from January 1st, 2017 to June 30th, 2017. This is for informational purposes. Do you have any questions on anything that was presented?
I did not. Does anyone else have any questions for Ms. Carlin? Okay.
Well, I guess I do have a
Okay.
question.
Ms. Lee?
And I don't know if it's actually for Ms. Carlin. In the emergency procurement page, we've got the amount dated, or amount 89,500 for Parker Harding and Associates. And that was for our, it was an emergency at that point, and I agree with that. But I guess my question is, what we approved at the last meeting or the meeting before that, will that be coming from emergency funds, or how will that come out?
I thought it was budgeted in our previous board budget had monies that would be sufficient to cover that contract. So I don't know if it's going to, I'm looking.
No, ma'am, it will not be an emergency procurement. We'll do a purchase order and go about it the appropriate way for, based upon the South Carolina Procurement Code.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Mr. McQuillan, do you have any questions? You're like, what? On a sole source or emergency procurement? I don't want to move through. I didn't know if you had anything on the procurement side. Okay. Thank you, Ms.
you.
Carlin. So welcome, Dr. Ingram, and tonight is your first superintendent's report, and we're going to open with a school opening update.
Yes, I believe Katie has a quick film for us, about 3 minutes, I think.
I can't see over this really good.
Short girl problems.
Mr. Jackson saw me earlier trying to see. All right. Well, good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Ingram. I'm going to present the school opening update tonight, which is just basically our update to all of you on our One Berkeley Festival and also on our first day of school. So, our One Berkeley Goes Back to School Festival was our second annual festival we planned. It was going to be held originally at the Moncks Corner Regional Recreation Complex on Saturday, August 12th from 9 until 12. We had over 3,000 book bags packed with our school supplies. We had 25 community resource partners coming out. 14 sponsors was making this happen. All of our high schools were bringing football teams, including our new Phillips Simmons High School. We were having bands, face painting, the works. And then we saw this. And if any of you remember that week, it rained every single day leading up to the festival. Because of the event space outdoor, the parking area, we were just not able to use it. Our facilities directors actually met with the public service directors in Moncks Corner and said it would be a disaster. We would have to pull people out, probably with wreckers, if we tried to park on these fields. So unfortunately, we had to send that out, and we had to cancel the actual large-scale festival due to the amount of rain that we received. And we also were anticipating receiving rain that day. And I think we did receive it early that morning. Due to some, contracts with vendors and such, we had to make that decision. So instead, we had the One Berkeley book bag and supply giveaway. This was made possible within probably a few hours. We said, okay, well, we still need to get our supplies and our book bags to the students because that's definitely our number one priority. So Mr. James Thomas and Mr. McKelvey with facilities, Mr. Jackson, Tim Knight with safety and security, and Principal Stephen Steele at Berkeley High School really helped make that possible. We were able to downsize the festival, relocate to Berkeley High School's, I call it the original gym, most people know it as the old gym, so that we could have people come in and still get their book bags and school supplies. So huge thank you to those individuals. They coordinated that within just a few hours and made it possible. They laid down the stuff on the floor. They had the setup ready to go before we even left on Friday afternoon. I also want to do a huge thank you to our cabinet members, our departments, heads, our principals, our staff, and especially our maintenance crews. They immediately adjusted their schedules because originally we had said we're canceling. Immediately, as soon as I said, hey, we're going to still do this, they were 100% willing to be all hands on deck. They completely made it a success for us. We were able to notify all of our parents using all of our communication platforms. We picked up some balloons that Mr. Jackson really wanted out there.
They were nice balloons.
They were nice
too.
balloons, yes. We picked up some balloons, which made it festive, and we really prepared for an unknown crowd. We weren't sure how it was going to go, moving a festival at the last minute, how the communication would go. However, I am very happy to report that we gave out over 3,000 book bags to our students inside the Berkeley High School gym. Of course, those students were accompanied by their family members, and so conservatively, I will say we at least engaged with 5,000 people. But if you think 2 parents with each child, we probably engaged with even more. And we really were up close and personal. We were handing book bags out directly to those families. Dr. Ingram was with us, your chair, Ms. Wofford, Mr. Barrow joined us, and they all actually were in line passing out the book bags. And so I think our community loved to see that. They got a chance to meet Dr. Ingram. He was one of the first people that they saw. I have to mention Principal Katie Ty at Whitesville. She made sure that all of our book bags stayed color coordinated the entire time. 3,000 book bags. You will hear her on the video talking about green, pink. She had it ready to go. Our families were greeted. Our staff members did an amazing job. They greeted parents as they walked in, spoke to kids, and as they were walking out. So it was just a really good experience, even though we had to move it. The Moncks Corner police officers were great also, so definitely a thank you to the town of Moncks Corner. Even though we had canceled, we called back and said, can we still get some help with traffic? And so they sent 4 officers out that did a great job engaging with the kids and also helping us with crowd control. So if you were somebody who helped us, could y'all please stand and be recognized? Because we could not have done it without all of you. I know that Chair Wofford got to see, but seriously, could not have happened without all of them. I know that Dr. McLaren, especially every year, we put her in charge of the book bag distribution, which is the largest part of it, and she still came through again for us this year. So I truly appreciate what y'all did to make it a success. Especially to our maintenance crews, thank you, Mr. Thomas. He did not stand up earlier, but we appreciate them. They load all those book bags. They bring all those book bags in. You'll see on the video what all our maintenance guys were doing. And we were out of there by 12:30, completely cleaned up, ready to go. They did an amazing job. I couldn't have gotten Miss Julie Hedrick here, even if I had bribed her. She is our administrative assistant in communications. Would not have happened without her. We were obviously a little busy leading up to the festival, and she kept everything exactly where it needed to be. So I definitely want to make sure I mentioned her. So this is our little video, and we actually, this is where I can't see. We had Hanahan High School's Mr. Samonti, and one of his students came out, and they actually made this video for all of you.
Good morning. What color do you want? Wants the pink one?
There you go.
Alrighty.
We're giving out book bags and school supplies to our students so that they can start off the year with a great success. We got green, pink, or purple. We're helping parents out so that they don't have to worry about that. First thing they need to worry about is getting their kids to school, getting them ready to go so that they can learn.
Purple and teal, purple and teal, purple and teal.
There's gray, there's blue.
You want this one right here? Okay, there you go.
Amazed by how many people are waiting to get in.
We still got people behind the bus loop and everything, by the office at the front of the Berkeley High School.
And I'm amazed at how hard we're working and how many book bags we have to give out.
About 3,000 is what we have in stock. Certainly we're disappointed about the rain moving the festival away, but we hope to give every book bag away today.
I think this is an awesome idea to come out. There's so many people that can't really afford to get these things, and just that they have an opportunity to come out and get some school supplies is awesome.
I just like school supplies.
It's great. Saves us some money and great for the kids. Except for the line, it's not too bad.
There you go. Thank you.
The community, we really have to be one big family. And when the school district, with help from others, has an opportunity to give back, And we look at it, just really is very heartening to see all the staff out here on a Saturday to come out here and give back to children. So it really makes you feel good coming into the job.
All right, have a great, wonderful school year. Enjoy your school year. All right.
So as you can see, it was a lot of fun, even though we had to move it. Here we go. Want to make sure I thank our sponsors. So these are all of our sponsors. Of course, many of you know we could not do the festival without our sponsors. They fully fund the festival each year and make it possible for us to give our families the supplies in the book bags. So special thank you to Contract Construction, First Citizens Bank, Nucor, Home Telecom, Roper St. Francis, Bridge Tech Solutions, MBCon, Town of Moncks Corner, Achieve 3000, Mastery Connect, Main Street Automotive, D4C Dental Brands, Design Flooring, and El Magway. So if you see any of those representatives from those companies, please thank them for doing this with us every year and making this possible. And that gets us ready for going back to school. Our students returned on Thursday, August 17th. 45 schools opened their doors to over 34,000 students. We have bused over 22,000 students each day, and I think that number is continuing to climb as the first few days parents tend to like to drop their kids off, and then they start adding to our buses. So I'm sure we will see even more students that we're getting to school every day and getting home safely every day for our schools. And then, of course, an exciting thing for all of us was that our Philip Simmons High School opened successfully, and we got to welcome our new Iron Horses to the Berkeley County School District family. They actually have enrolled and welcomed over 200 9th and 10th graders. Dr. Spencer will tell you his main goal is to serve every child this year. They are a STEAM school, so they have a science, technology, engineering, arts, and math curriculum integration, and they're offering some great CTE programs. We see up there mechatronics, networking, health information, pre-engineering, and he's very proud of his sports medicine program. So those are some things that are going on there. They had a very smooth opening day. I know Mr. Jackson was out there with them, and everyone seems to be really excited about our new Iron Horses. Have a picture of their volleyball teams who are looking forward to cheering on their teams this year. And that is our school opening update. Y'all have any questions?
Thank you to all who served for the book bag distribution. I did learn that I will learn all the colors in Spanish next year, so that because I definitely encountered some children where I did know how to say no rojo, we were out of red. We also need to order more red next year because that was the favorite color of the kids who came through. But we served all different levels of kids, and it was very rewarding. So thanks for all who did that work. Taking over your report, Dr. Ingram.
That's fine. I've got a few things. Thank you, Ms. Orvin Tanner. That was really a fun event that I was privileged to be able to attend before I officially started. Also, the next day, Sunday, we dedicated Philip Simmons High School. It's always exciting to dedicate a new high school, and that was a lot of fun. I managed to get away and get down here to visit 3 Berkeley schools on the first day of school, and I was certainly impressed with how well things have gone. I want to thank Mr. Jackson and all the staff for making such a smooth opening possible. That was always very good to do that. I attended a football game, Berkeley High versus Daniel. We came in second, but that's fine. I won't be. Well, I'll just leave it at that. I'm on camera. I don't want to get in trouble. But at any rate, at least not on my first day. I'll be visiting. Penny did such a marvelous job. I'll be visiting 10 schools in the next 3 days, starting with Sangaree schools tomorrow morning. And I'm looking forward to those conversations with principals and quick tours. But as part of my 90-day entry plan, I plan to visit all all of our schools and have some conversations with principals and walk around the schools as quickly as possible. And we'll certainly let you know how that goes, in addition to meeting with individual staff members throughout the coming days so that I can get acclimated to the area, and I really appreciate that opportunity. We have a talented staff. We've got talented schools, great kids. Saturday, Sue and I actually met a couple of our students from Hanahan High, and I talked with them. Stephen and Skylar, they were working in a local restaurant, and I got some really good feedback and ideas from them. I like to talk to students because I really believe that if you want to know what's going on, ask the kids. That's what I believe. So we've just had such a fun time since we've been here. And I would like to report some of the numbers. We had 2 cabinet meetings today, one this morning and one this afternoon to review numbers. We are up from third day of last year, 480 students. This year on day 3, 34,132. Last year, day 3, 33,652. So that's an increase of 480 students from this time last year. So we're still looking at allocations. We've got some fluctuations there. Some schools have more, some schools have less. So we'll be taking a good hard look at those numbers as we go forward. I don't want to miss out on the teacher forum, folks. Why in the world am I having trouble flipping the pages? Hang on. Here we go. Would like to recognize Mr. Nick Snyder, Cane Bay High School, Autumn Jernigan and Sharon Blackwood from Sedgefield Intermediate, Valerie Rose from Westview Elementary, and Amy Jolly from Westview Primary. Thank you for being here tonight. And I really want to be active with the teacher forum. I'm a teacher at heart. I taught for 12 years before I went into school administration, and taught high school English and Latin, and even taught Latin to some middle schoolers. So it's fun to connect with teachers, and I look forward to that very much. We also had a bond sale today. I got my feet wet real fast, and Mr. Jackson and Ms. Carlin joined me with on a conference call with Mr. Whitley and also Walter Goldsmith from First Tryon, and we awarded bids of with a rate of 1.22% to Bank of America for the Series 2017D at $33 million. It'll yield about $15.1 million, and a lot of that's for software purchases, activity buses, and the like. Now, I've been asked to remind the board that you have obligated $5.5 million of that so I wanted to make sure to pass that along. And then the Series 2017E, $2.5 million, that was awarded to South State Bank, 1.79%. And Walter Goldsmith, I've known Walter for a while now. We had we worked together some in my previous district, and he felt really good the fact that we had 4 banks bidding. He felt like that was a very positive sign that things are going in the right direction. And I don't have any in-depth knowledge of it, but I understand that this went a lot more smoothly than previous sales. So thanks to all the staff for their hard work as we seek to build trust, because that's really what it's all about. I have a letter here that was prepared for me by First Tryon that was hot off the press late in the day, and I believe we've emailed that to each of you, but we'll get you hard copies if you need to. So I won't bother to read the whole letter to you, but we'll get that to you. But thank you for having me. Thank you for your confidence in me. Sue and I are absolutely ecstatic, and it must be in the cards because we have sold our house in one day, and we actually had a second offer on it today at the asking price, and I just wish we could go back and auction it off and say, can you go higher? But at any rate, we're excited to join the community. So Thank you for having us, and we look forward to a very successful tenure as we work together as a team and as a family. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ingram. Next up is the board chair report. Part of Dr. Ingram's entrance plan will be meetings with the board members. So please reach out to him individually, schedule breakfast, schedule a time to come to the district office. He is going to be very busy visiting schools and doing all the things that we require, but please reach out to get on his agenda so that you can have your one-on-one meetings. And we've had lots of upcoming events, but thankfully that's the only thing we have. Next regular schedule meeting. Next up, executive session. Is there a motion?
Make the motion. Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Mr. McQuillan to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussion of negotiations incident to proposed contractual agreements and receipt of legal advice pertaining to contractual negotiations and other matters covered by attorney-client privilege. Discussion of pending employment matters to include an appointment of an administrator. 17 attendance appeals. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. We are in executive session. Now entertain a motion to return to regular session.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by Reverend Spann, a second by Ms. Conder to return to regular session. Is there any discussion? I'd like to state that no action was taken in executive session. Hearing no additional discussion, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. We are in regular session. Now we will entertain action from executive session.
Yes. Madam Chair, it is the recommendation of the administration that Taylor Bradley be named as the new Cane Bay High School Assistant Principal with a contract date to take effect August 28, 2017.
Is there a motion?
Madam Chairman, it is the recommendation of the administration that Taylor Bradley be named as the new Cane Bay High Assistant Principal with a contract to take effect August 28, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Conder, a second by Reverend Spann, that Taylor Bradley be named as the new Cane Bay High Assistant Principal with a contract to take effect August 28, 2017. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Do you have any family here with you? Hello, fiance. Congratulations.
He'll learn.
It might be a little icy when you get home tonight.
Congratulations and welcome to administration at Berkeley County School District and at Cane Bay High School. We're very glad to have you. We'll now move on to attendance appeals. We'll now entertain a motion for student number 1.
Madam Chairwoman, could I first make another motion?
Oh, yes, sir. We can do that one first.
Thank you.
Motion from Mr. Ramsey.
I'd like to make a motion for student number 1 from the August 8th student appeals for us to reconsider it.
So the first motion is to approve the reconsideration. So the reconsideration is for student number 1 from August 8th. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Mr. Barrow, to allow reconsideration of student number 1 from August 8th. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Student number 1 can be heard again.
I now would like to make a motion that we approve the attendance appeal.
Second.
There's a motion to approve this attendance appeal for student number 1 from August 8th. There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Mr. Barrow. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
The attendance appeal for student number 1 from August 8th has been reconsidered and approved. We'll now move on to the attendance appeals for August 22nd. Student number 1.
Madam Chair, in the matter of student number 1, I move that we deny the appeal.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Lee, a second by Mr. Barrow to deny the appeal of student number 1. All in favor, please respond by raising your right hand. Opposed? The motion fails.
Madam Chair, in the matter of student number 1, I move that we grant the attendance appeal.
Second, there's a motion by McQuillan, a second by Wofford to grant the appeal of student number 1. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Next, student number 2.
Madam Chair, in the matter of student number 2, I move that we grant the attendance appeal.
Second, there's a motion by McQuillan, a second by Wofford to grant the attendance appeal of student number 2. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? The motion passes. Student number 3.
Madam Chair, in the matter of student number 3, I move that we grant the attendance appeal.
Second, there's a motion by McQuillan, a second by Wofford to grant the appeal of student number 3. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? The motion passes. Students 4, 5, and 6 will be heard together.
I'll make a motion we deny the appeal.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Barrow, a
Second.
second by Reverend Spann to deny the appeal of students 4, 5, and 6. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion fails. Is there another motion for students 4, 5, and 6?
Madam Chairman, I move that we grant the appeal for students 4, 5, and 6.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Conder, second by Mr. McQuillan to grant the appeals of students 4, 5, and 6. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion passes. Student number 7.
Madam Chair, I move that we deny appeal for student number 7.
Second.
There's a motion by Reverend Spann, a second by Mr. Barrow to deny the appeal of student number 7. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion fails. Another motion for student number 7.
Madam Chair, I move that we grant the attendance appeal of student number 7.
Second. There's a motion by McQuillan, a second by Wofford to grant the attendance appeal of student number 7. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion passes. We're now on to student number 8.
Madam Chair, in the matter of student number 8, I move that we grant the attendance appeal.
Second. There's a motion by McQuillan, second by Wofford to grant the attendance appeal of student number 8. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion passes. Student number 9.
Madam Chair, in the matter of student number 9, I move that we grant the attendance appeal.
Second. Motion by McQuillan, second by Wofford to grant the appeal of student number 9. All in favor, please respond by raising your right hand. Opposed? Student number 10. That motion passes. We're now on to student number 10.
Madam Chair, I move that we deny the appeal for student number 10.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Lee, a second by Mr. Barrow to deny the appeal of student number 10. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion fails. Is there another motion for student number 10?
Madam Chair, I move that we grant the attendance appeal of student number 10.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. McQuillan, a second by Ms. Conder. To grant the appeal of student number 10, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion passes. Student number 11.
Madam Chair, in the matter of student number 11, I move that we grant the attendance appeal.
Second. There's a motion by McQuillan, a second by Wofford, to approve the attendance appeal of student number 11. All in favor, please respond by raising your right hand. Opposed? Motion passes. Students 12 and 13 will be heard together.
Madam Chair, in the matter of students numbers 12 and 13, I move that we grant the attendance appeals.
Second.
I defer to Ms. Conder. Second by McQuillan. Motion by McQuillan, second by Conder to grant the appeals of students 12 and 13. All in favor, please respond by raising your right hand. Opposed? Student number 14 was handled administratively. Student number 15 was handled administratively. Student number 16 will entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I move that we grant the attendance appeal of student number 16.
Second. There's a motion by McQuillan, a second by Wofford, to grant the attendance appeal of student number 16. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed? Motion passes. Student number 17 was handled administratively. Is there any other business as required from executive session?
I move to a close.
I'll say hearing none, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Second, there's a motion by fourth, Reverend Spann, a second by Wofford to adjourn. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We are adjourned.